Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar DeFore here once again, and this is back for video 2 of tonight. I just recorded the Potomac host, and now I'm about to do the Atlanta host. And just like with the first one, because these videos are late as hell, we're just going to try to cover the actual key points of actual discussion for the episode so that these don't have to be, too long. And this episode was very interesting for me because this is when, they were in Jamaica and they decided to film the commercial, as they call it. And let me tell y'all something, as crazy as it is, if you can recall the scene of when they were filming that commercial, and it was in Falmouth, Jamaica, mind you, that very same location where they were filming that commercial is where my mom and I went to go when we went on our cruise back in November for my birthday. That is the exact location. Like, I was looking at it, I'm like, that shit look familiar as fuck. They were in the exact same place. So it feels kind of cool to be like, oh, I wonder if they were there before or after me. I think they were there before me. Right before. So I came right after they filmed that damn commercial. That's cool though. That felt kind of awesome. But anyways, for the actual episode itself, this was pretty much just like a Cynthia filming her commercial and Kenya being mad about it episode, because Kenya tried, after the episode that started when Kenya was mad, just coming off that argument that they had with Kenya, and she wanted to cry and be like, oh, it hurts me that she feels like, my relationship doesn't matter to her, and blah blah blah, and I can't believe she would say that, and all this yada 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 yada. Well, all the girls are just like, well, honey, why don't you just explain your feelings that you just did to us to Kenya? It's just like, did you cry then? She was like, no, because we fell out, we got into it and all that stuff. I'm just like, okay, well, I know sometimes, when you in that heat of the moment, you don't want to get all intimate. You just trying to be like on the defensive and be like, on attack mode and shit. But sometimes you have to, separate and then be able to come back, and then you feel better about have a more clear mind, to put it like that. So Kenya was in the tub with her trade. that's a nice ass black man. I hope you ain't fucked that up, because I'm hearing Kenya's pregnant. I'm not sure how true that is, but this is what I'm hearing. If it is, finally, bitch, finally. Hoping it wasn't that sperm bank that Phaedra read you about in the season 6 reunion, because girl. Anyways, we'll get back on that shit. So they go to dinner with Peter's family. Peter had his little cute aunt, and they all, were in this tropical island, and Cynthia was like, oh, it's so cute to see, this side of Peter with his family, and he hadn't seen his, was that his mother or his aunt? I can't remember which one it was. They hadn't seen each other in 18 years. I'm like, my God, no Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, nothing, Easter, nothing? Well, I mean, it ain't like you don't have the money to travel back and forth. Maybe you don't have the time. 18 years? Damn. I guess. And it didn't seem like there was any particular reason why you didn't see him in so long. Or maybe I just missed... Ooh, excuse me. Maybe I just missed it, but... But what we wanted to talk about, or one thing I wanted to discuss, was I didn't understand. Now, I was watching this with a friend of mine, and I was lost at the part where Matt and Peter got into that argument. I missed where things went left, because it seemed to me like Matt was trying to, intermix with the guys a little bit, and then they just were like, since we don't really know you, we're going to ask you questions like, hey, what do you do? What do you like? Things like that. I don't know if I was multitasking at the time, but that's just what it sounded like to me. And Matt was just kind of like giving, general answers like, I'm 28. And he had a problem with him being 28. Like, that's my son's age. Okay. You're older than me. It's not like I'm talking to you like we're peers. Like, what does my age have to do with it? And, when he was just talking about himself, I guess he was kind of quiet. And I don't know how Peter interpreted that as being standoffish or something. But when Peter just started attacking and trying to make a scene, he was like, we can step outside, because Kenya was like, it takes a lot for a guy like Matt to get like legitimately riled up. And that's kind of like how I am too. Like, I will sit here while you sitting over here yapping at the gums and doing all this extra shit. I'm gonna sit here and talk to you calm as hell, cause you ain't to get me acting a fool and embarrassing myself. No, you won't. It doesn't require all that. I can sit and talk like an adult. I don't know about you, bitch. But they was having this whole shade thing back and forth. I'm just like, what is happening? I don't understand where the disagreement came. I wasn't clear. I don't know if I missed it. If you guys can explain it to me in the comments. He said he was being an asshole. Did I miss? Bitch, did I miss where he was an asshole? Or maybe the assholiness just didn't register as assholiness. I don't know. But y'all let me know. But the part that most people were waiting to see, which even though they split it between 2 episodes, was when Kenya starts calling Kim's husband Chrissy. And of course, who was it? It was Kenya, Portia, and Phaedra, I believe. Because Cynthia was trying to be like, nope, I'm not about to get into talk about nobody's husband. Nope. Because everybody already talks that my man is named Patricia. So I'm not about to sit here and pretend and get no bad karma. Because they was all kikiing and cackling, talking about, of course Phaedra was like, he likes to sing and dance, and he got a little fire in his chimney. What did she say? Something about it, but he got a little sass in him or something like that. She was just having all the fun. And Portia was doing the same thing, and Sheree and Cynthia weren't here for it. Sheree was like, Kim isn't here, or Chris isn't here to defend himself, so it seems kind of messy. But I'm just like, but Sheree, you talk shit about people all the time, and you're messy all the time. So I don't see why you decided now you wanted to have morals. I didn't understand that. But on that bus ride, we really want to talk about, there was that bus ride where Phaedra was asking about how Matt and Kenya went somewhere to some sauna or something. And I think she said something about it being wet. And so she was like, so there was no lubrication needed in the sauna? Were eggplants served in this sauna? And she was just making those jokes. But Kenya was trying to be like, oh, he's making them uncomfortable. I mean, maybe, but it's not that. I don't think it was that serious. I think it was just playful. She was just trying to, knock down the walls of communication and make it, a lighthearted moment. And even though he probably was a little bit uncomfortable, I don't think, I think it was just all in good fun. I saw a lot of people talking about that, like that was inappropriate. I'm like, shit, we all grown, okay? But yeah, I guess it was a lighthearted moment. I didn't understand why people were so mad about that. But so they're filming this commercial, and for some reason they had the whole discussion. Cynthia and Kenya had the discussion about, I felt like we had a misunderstanding and blah blah blah. So they get back together. She's like, "Are you gonna be in the commercial?" Kenya says, "I'm gonna come and I'm gonna support in the commercial." But when they get there, Peter immediately takes her trade and starts giving blowjobs out in the ocean and shit. And we just like, so you came to support me, but the whole time you're sucking dick in the ocean, like way off somewhere. And I'm like, so what was the point? And mind you, like I said, we was in that same exact spot. That little boat thing that they was on, that shit's expensive. That shit was like $50, $60 for an hour just to be paddling out there in the damn ocean. Shit, I could do that at home. Give me a little paddle boat and get shit. That I just remember, it may have been like 80. It was some high ass number. I was just like, what the hell? Hell no, I ain't about to sit here and row your boat on this shit for 80. No, after all that money I done spent on this damn cruise already, I ain't finna get my coins. Jamaica. Actually, that's where this necklace came from. Speaking of which, this necklace came from that same location where they filmed that commercial. But anywho, so after they filmed the commercial, which apparently, according to Phaedra on Watch What Happens Live, we're going to see it at the either right after the reunion or during the reunion. We're going to see the commercial, so that should be interesting. So at the end, when they're back with Kim and they film the commercial and they're all eating and celebrating and, you know, congratulating, Sheree looks around and she's talking about, like, oh, he said Chris is, you know, an actor, or he's a singer, or oh, he does this, he has all these talent. They're like, oh yeah, he is. He's really talented because he do X, Y, and Z. And Sheree just looking at these bitches like, really? So y'all gonna be some fake hoes? Okay. Well, let me stir the pot real quick. Kim, all these hoes said your husband is gay. What you got to say about that? Pull the microphone. And then she was just like, to be continued. I'm like, that's the part we wanted to see. We wanted to see how Kim was going to react to her husband being called Chrissy. But, really? This is what a rude ass dog, I tell you. But, that was the episode, and that was the good part that I wanted to see. They ain't gonna wait till next week. I'm just like, man, fuck. But that's all right though. That's all right though. But I think the episode was still fun. It was nice to feel like I was a part of the Housewives franchise by going to the same place where they filmed the commercial. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode, you guys. I hope I condensed it well enough for you guys, and we're gonna move right on along into the Grammys. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.